On behalf of the class of 2001, I am pleased to welcome you to tonight's commencement ceremony. For the past 13 years, our parents have nurtured us, encouraged us to do our very best, and have supported us through a multitude of activities. For this and much more, we thank you. We would like to thank the faculty and staff for their constant motivation and dedication. Your provision of an atmosphere conducive to positive learning has been a true gift. To my fellow classmates, we have shared many memorable moments while at Pequea. Take these memories with you and use them as a foundation upon which to build your future. May God bless you and your families.
It's the million-dollar question. Perhaps you, graduates, have heard it too. Will you miss Pequea Valley? That's what my grandmother asked me. Will I? Will you? What is Pequea Valley anyway? Do you think Pequea Valley High School is essentially the building? A newly renovated structure, stone block, and asbestos-free paint, complete with expanded greenhouses, a state-of-the-art graphics lab, and an acoustically rich choral room? Is that Pequea Valley? Or is Pequea Valley the educational institution, with principals, teachers, pupils, and a balanced curriculum in both academic and not-so-academic fields, from art to English to electronics? As athletes who have practiced outdoors, perhaps we would suggest that Pequea Valley High School is simply a unique place, bathed in the aromas of fresh country air. Maybe you perceive Pequea Valley High School as opportunity, an avenue for young people to immerse themselves in a hodgepodge of clubs and organizations. Some say that Pequea Valley is a stepping stone to even greater things. Others contend it is a prison from which we are at last flying free. Or perhaps the words Pequea Valley High School bring faces, voices, and people to your mind, as they do for me. I think of my friends and peers, teachers and staff members. The heart of Pequea Valley beats in the many hearts who come together to form it, from students to faculty to family. When I think of Pequea Valley, I think of you. So in response to my grandmother's question, will you miss Pequea Valley? I answer, absolutely yes. No, I won't miss third period after lunch, or long bus rides, or the various hued halls about the school, especially the notorious short brownish ones. And N for geometry and AFS will not bring tears to my eyes. But you, on the other hand, well, I will miss the light humor and heartfelt advice of teachers, and the crooked smiles and unmistakable laughter of friends. Why? I'll miss you, not because of a deep philosophical reason, but rather because of the little things you do. You have made a difference in my life, one moment at a time. Although chamber singers' achievements and field hockey victories garnered publicity, little acts of kindness affected my high school experience more dramatically than anything else. You showed me the girls' locker room on my first day at a new school. You asked me to join your group so I didn't have to work on that math problem alone. You knew my name when I was the new girl to everyone else. You heard me when most people were too busy talking. And you encouraged me to go through with it when others doubted. Many of you have brightened my high school days by saying hi in the hallways or praying with me before homeroom. Maybe I've given an example of your kindness and you haven't even realized it. Maybe you've touched someone's heart unawares. Maybe you recall moments when you likewise received a gift of kindness. Maybe, no, most certainly, I have not said thank you enough. I'm so grateful. Kindnesses aren't limited to students and teachers either. Moms, brothers, neighbors, uncles, friends. You are here tonight because you've impacted our lives. I'm not trying to sound like a mushy Hallmark rhyme, but I want to remind each of us of a simple truth. Thoughtfulness on a small scale makes a world of a difference. Don't ever forget the power of a mere hello or sharing your lunch money. While your kindness, friendship, and generosity still stands in the forefront of my thoughts, I realize that in a few months, a whirlwind of new activities and concerns may dim our recollections of each other. After all, a whole new life lies before us. I hope each member of the class of 2001 may find a passion and pursue it with tenacity. Dream wild and crazy dreams, and appreciate the small blessings and beauties of creation. But people, however, are more precious and valuable than any prestige, power, or wealth you may acquire. We must not forget to consider others before we think of ourselves, because without the magic of compassion, our world lacks both brilliance and warmth. I challenge us all to continue sharing love with the world and warming hearts, not always in monumental ways, but with simplicity, one smile at a time. We may soon forget MLA format or the Pequea Valley High School building, but I can say, at least for myself, that the living Pequea Valley has shaped my heart. I could never thank you enough for the small blessings you have shared and the incredible people you are. I love you guys, and I will miss you. But the kindness you have shared with me will live on in my heart. Tonight, after we depart from the host and each other, we can continue to sprinkle drops of kindness wherever we go. And the world will be a better place for having met Pequea Valley, for having met you. School is the best time of your life, and that it should not be taken for granted. It is only now I realize that this is true. For the past 12 years, I have awakened nearly every morning, gotten ready, and gone to school. Once there, I would see the same people day after day, year after year. My whole day was planned out for me. There was transportation provided every morning for those who needed it. There were these set blocks of time designated for each subject, strategically placed one after another. And in the middle of these blocks, there was a time set aside for my fellow students and me to report to the cafeteria and eat lunch. Our assignments were clearly announced ahead of time. Our teachers practically took us by the hands and led us through them, helping when asked and reminding us of the approaching due dates. Rules, some seeming absurd at the time, were erected to guide us, to keep us out of trouble, and to protect us. Each year we have complained about everything, whether it was having to get up early or having to ride the bus. We complained about the people we did not like or the ones we did not get along with. We complained about teachers and what seemed to us arrogant teenagers, their patronizing issues with authority. Our complaints about the assignments and the projects that were due from day to day seemed endless. We grumbled about the workload which we mistakenly perceived as abundant, about the ridiculous rules of attendance and driving, and about the consequences of not handing things in on time. We complained about the rules of censorship and the rights that we seemed to lose once we entered the school building. We despised coming to school each morning. Often in the past 12 years, we have said we have hated school. I know at times I have hated coming to school. This year, however, things were a little different. This year, my mind has been too cluttered with fear and uncertainty to worry about these little things. Entering 12th grade, I came to the almost painful realization that school was not designed to make us suffer, but to help us, to teach us, and to prepare us for the future. It was designed to help us develop the skills we would need to make it on our own. Next year, I will be on my own. There will be no school bus to take me to school in the morning. I will not have my mommy to rely on to wake me if I oversleep, and I am scared. There will be no teachers reminding me each day that I have a term paper due the following Friday, and I am scared. I am scared of traveling to a new, unfamiliar place and having to live without my family. My family, who has been there with me every step of the way, helping me, encouraging me, and supporting me, will be miles away, and I am scared. I am scared of going to class with 40 or more students that I have never seen before in my life. I am scared of the very probable possibility that I may never see these people again. These people whom I've had the great fortune of growing up with will all be gone. My friends, my closest of friends, will be too far away, and even though in the beginning we will try to keep in touch, the busy schedules of our new lives will begin to interfere. The phone calls and the letters will slowly stop, and I am scared. I am scared of not being able to drive 2 minutes around the corner to my boyfriend, my best friend's house, seeking comfort when I'm upset or when I have a problem. I am scared of moving and of starting a new life, but most importantly, I am scared of failure. And isn't it ironic that sitting here tonight on this stage, we find ourselves in nearly the exact same position that we were in 13 years ago? 13 years ago, we kissed our mothers goodbye, and nervously and hesitantly, we embraced our very first day of school. Despite the stories we had heard, we had no idea what was in store for us, and we were scared. We did not know how we were expected to act. We did not know what we would have to learn, or if we were going to be smart enough to catch on. We didn't know if we were going to be able to glide right through it or struggle each step of the way, and we were scared. We didn't know anybody who was going to be there. They were all going to be strangers. We had no idea if we were going to make any friends, and we were scared. But above everything else, even then, deep down, we were scared of failure. So in essence, we are not moving on tonight, but rather starting all over again. All of the little things that we have complained about now seem so trivial and so completely insignificant. I find myself regretting that I took those simple little things for granted, that I was too young and too inexperienced to know what all those rules were really designed for. I regret the fact that it took me all these years to realize how easy and how good I had it, but now I know. I regret the fact that I have overlooked all the tremendous people I have had the pleasure of knowing. There have been so many people, so many extraordinary people who have impacted my life or helped me in one way or another. And for years, I had given them little thought. Mrs. Spot, who in 3rd grade must have seen something special in me because she recommended me for the Gifted and Talented program. Being a part of that program has enabled me to enhance my home. She went out of her way to let me know she cared. Becca Rohr, the one who helped me through my senior project by sitting there next to me, complaining about hers as I complained about mine. Stephanie Hyrader, whose intellect is outweighed only by her sensitivity and depth, the one who is brave enough to embark on this journey of insecurity with me next year. And last but certainly not least, Anthony Diener, who has given so much to me, who has dedicated so much of his time and himself to me for so many years. He has laughed with me through the good times and consoled me through the bad times. His strong morals and values have guided me through so much. Anthony, there are so many things that you have helped me through, and I really honestly have no idea what I would have done without you. You are my best friend, my inspiration, and my hero. Standing here tonight, I realize all these years, these tremendous people have only tried to help me, and I have merely taken them for granted. But now I recognize all that they have done for me, and I will take with me, after graduation, the memories and the teachings that they have provided me with, and apply them in my life wherever possible. The teachers, these friends, and my fellow classmates have impacted my life more than I would have ever expected. For this, I will remain forever thankful. To all of you, thank you. I'll miss you. Good luck and goodbye.
For all 4 years of high school. Because my father was in the military for 20 years, I have moved around a little more than the usual teenager. I have actually been to 4 different high schools. I spent a year and a half at a school in Italy. I was enrolled for half a year in Minot, North Dakota. I attended Coatesville Area Senior High for 1 semester. Finally, I moved here to Pequea and finished my high school career. Pequea is so much different from other schools. Pequea is a lot smaller than most schools, and that might seem negative, but the good far outweighs the bad. There are lots of things that make Pequea Valley special. From the first-rate college prep courses like AP Calc to the infamous electives such as graphics. From the extracurricular activities like the nationally recognized chamber singers to the increasingly determined athletic teams. The classes, clubs, and organizations all are things that make Pequea unique. In no other school will you find faculty members more caring than the ones you'll find here. I can remember one time when I urgently needed someone to talk to. I happened to find Mrs. Uniger in the hallway, and she seemed to know that something was wrong. She simply quit what she was doing. We went back to her classroom and talked for a while. Thank you, Mrs. Uniger. Most of all, no other school has a student body as welcoming as here. It's awfully hard for a student to move to a new school and feel at home. I don't mean to condemn the school that I went to in Coatesville, but while I was there, I felt more alone than ever before in my life. I could count the number of friends I had on one hand. I spent a full semester at Coatesville, and I felt as if I was the new kid the whole time. Everybody seemed to have his or her own group of friends. Nobody seemed to want to take the time to get to know me. But when I came here, lots of students introduced themselves to me. People went out of their way to be friendly. Teachers, faculty, and most importantly, students, I must say, you all know how to make the new kid feel at home. Like most of us up here, I'm thankful for an encouraging facility that helped prepare me for the real world. Unlike everyone else, I'm most thankful for a place to finally call home. Only to realize that I'm moving away once again. But until then, let's all have a fun and safe summer. Thank you all, I love you all, and God bless.
Often, we want to be able to see into the future. We say, how will next year be for me? Where will I be 5 or 10 years from now? There are no answers to these questions, Mostly we have just enough light to see the next step, what we have to do in the coming hour or the following day. The act of living is to enjoy what we can see and not complain about what remains in the dark. When we are able to take the next step with the trust that we will have enough light for the step that follows, we can walk through life with joy and be surprised at how far we go. When I first read this quote by author Henry Newman, I found myself dumbfounded at the truth of his words. They seem to explain the past year of my life to near perfection. As a graduating senior, I find myself staring into the unknown, into the uncertainty of change. I can't remember how many times I have caught myself wondering what life beyond graduation has in store for me. Each time, I have come away with the same answer: I don't know. The steps that I have taken up until this point have always been well lit, but as I prepare for perhaps the biggest change in my life yet, I'm finding that the steps ahead are not as clear. While I had always reassured myself that I would be ready and willing to step into the darkness of change, I am only now realizing how difficult it is truly going to be. This change means that I have to leave behind the people that have been a part of my life for so long, the people that I have laughed with, cried with, persevered with. They are my closest friends and have been for the past 4 years. With them, I have built a trust which has carried me from step to step in my life. Now, as each of us chooses our own paths to travel, we are all faced with our own individual obstacles. Traveling alone, the uncertainty of taking the next step almost seems overwhelming. But then I realize that even though we are all going our separate ways, we are all still very much together. We will continue to grow together because we are all struggling with the same uncertainty. We will learn together and we will overcome together. In this, we can develop an even stronger trust. This trust will give us the light which we need not just to step through life, but to walk through it with a certain confidence. Confidence that we will succeed and persevere no matter where our paths may take us. Our graduation does not mark an ending in our lives, but rather the beginning of something new. As we reckon with what lies ahead, we can realize that in a world of change, change is not the only thing that we can be certain of. We can also be certain that we will never be alone.
Alan Shepard, and Neil Armstrong. They, of course, are largely responsible for beginning our country's reputation as the premier nation in space exploration. Many people look to these three astronauts as role models. Yet a lesser-known astronaut did so much more, not only for the country, but for his fellow astronauts as well. Gus Grissom wholly devoted himself to the effort to explore space. Due to his intense dedication and hard work, the astronauts who worked with Grissom came to respect and even revere him. The officials at NASA also appointed Grissom as a leader and a commander in the Gemini and Apollo programs. As the commander in one Apollo mission, he took the opportunity to deliver a speech to his fellow astronauts. Grissom strode to the podium and said, "Do good work." He promptly turned around, walked back to his seat, and sat down. Although Grissom's three-word speech initially dumbfounded the audience, it received thunderous applause for its simple message. As we graduate tonight, I believe Grissom's simple message deserves a spot in our minds. We are breaking away from the precious shelter we have enjoyed since kindergarten and preschool, breaking away to make our own lives and to make our own decisions. Will it be exciting? Most definitely. Will we have fun? I certainly believe so. Will we encounter problems? You better believe it. But by using what we have learned and possibly a little luck, we will pass these tests with flying colors. Yet with this knowledge that we will face trials, we must now look inward and ask ourselves how we will deal with such difficulties and how we will attempt to avoid them in the future. At this point, those three words again deserve the spotlight. By putting forth our best effort in everything that we do, we can continue the tradition of success which we are enjoying tonight. By doing good work, we can make it through anything. But we cannot dwell on merely making it through day after day. Because we all have immense amounts of talent, we must use these talents to effect changes to better our society. While we will undoubtedly follow different paths, we can all reach the same destination. Whether as an architect, an auto mechanic, an engineer, a graphic arts designer, or a teacher, each one of us will have countless opportunities to positively contribute to society. It is at these moments when we will truly justify this ceremony and the years of schooling which have led to this evening. Tonight's commencement, like the word commencement, has two definitions. Yes, it is the completion of high school, but more importantly, it is the beginning of the rest of our lives. We have taken many tests in our years of school, but tonight we begin the most important test of all. As we leave each other and embark upon our various journeys, we must remind ourselves and each other of those three simple words which hold the key to passing this test. Do good work.
Or not. It's not that you're a girl, or not rich, or of average ability, or not very handsome. It's that you believe you can, you want to, and you try your hardest at. It doesn't matter what happens to you, what fate befalls you, it's how you react to that which matters. You will become what you decide you will become. Your attitude is 90% of what you can achieve. You can be what you want to be. You can have the life that you want to have in the class of 2001. Please stand when I read your name and remain standing. Number 10, Rebecca Lapp, with a 4.02 grade point average. Jason Plum, number 9, with a 4.02 GPA. Dallas Martin, 4.04. Number 3, Eric Yelp, 4.18 grade point average. Number 2, Laura Blank, 4.39. And number 1 in the class of
2001. At this time, it is my pleasure to share with you some of the highlights and accomplishments of this class. I would ask you to please hold your applause to the end. In the area of extracurricular activities, in boys soccer, our first team all-star is Nick Buckwalter. Second team all-star is Eric Yelp. In field hockey, our first team all-star is Cody Roth, and second team all-star Teresa Dallinger. In baseball, our first team all-star is Eric Sagner and Eric Skiles. All-star honorable mention went to Eric Yelp, Chris Haley, and Dallas Martin. In softball, our second team all-star is Katie Zhang. And in wrestling, second team all-star district qualifier, also receiving a silver medal at districts, placing 8th in state, went to Jared French. Honorable mention for wrestling went to Eric Yelp, and a district qualifier went to Terry Weidman. In football, first team defense, offensive lineman of the year was Jared French. Second team offense and defense award went to Chad Gillimore. Honorable mention for defense went to Anthony Diener and Jay Stolzfus. In tennis, district qualifier went to Jeff Kaufman. In FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America, first place in the state competition and also qualified for national competitions this month, Jason Plum. 9th place in state competition went to Chester Millisock. In art, the Mary Ferree second place award went to Jennifer Weimer. And third place went to Eric Bertu and Julie Schwartz. In chorus, county chorus winners included Anna Anderson, Noah Austin, Nate Bankert, Laura Blank, Sean Deminger, Matthew Fisher, Chris Haley, Joe Kenworthy, Becca Lapp, Laura Whitmer, and Katie Zhang. And for district and regional chorus winners, they included Hannah Anderson, Nate Bankert, Matt Fisher, Joe Kenworthy, Becca Lapp, and Katie Zhang. Our band recognitions. In County Band, went to Eric Bear-2, Dallas Martin, and Laura Whitmer. In Technology, our Technology Student Association, at the state's first place winners included Justin Schaefer, Jason Plum, and Kelly Lichty. Second place winners, Damon Kirscher, Jeff Kaufman, and Becca Rohrer. And Nationals, two-time winner, first place, went to Justin Schaefer. In FFA, the Future Farmers of America, Keystone Degree winner this year was Brandon Lichty. In the field of academic performance, for the Langsford-Lebanon League Quiz Bowl, our all-star this year was Jeff Kaufman. In the National Merit Scholarship Program, our National Merit Scholar was Jeff Kaufman. Jeff will be attending the California Institute of Technology in the fall. And our National Merit semifinalist went to Laura Blank, and she will be attending Harvard University. The PA Governor's School selection last summer was Jason Plum. He attended Drexel University for Information Technology. And the National Quest program at Harvard was attended this year by Laura Blank. I'd also like to mention that there are 20 National Honor Society students sitting on stage this evening wearing their gold cords. At the national level, the President's Award for Educational Excellence is given annually to deserving seniors. To be selected, a student must have a GPA of 3.5 or higher and must rank in the 85th percentile in either math or verbal on the Scholastic Aptitude Test. Our senior winners this year included Jeff Kaufman, Jason Plum, Laura Blank, Katie Zhang, Eric Yelp, Teresa Dallinger, Eric Sagner, Ashley Ford, Derek Ulrich, Dallas Martin, and Adele Bittler. Our seniors graduating from the Career and Technology Centers last week. We have two award winners. Jonathan Miller received the Award of Merit in Printing Technology, and Amber Weiler was the Most Improved Marketing Student. This year, 48 students out of a class of 114 graduated with distinguished honors. Last evening at the Senior Awards Ceremony, awards and scholarships were given by local and school community organizations to all our seniors. A total of over $63,000 was awarded to this year's class. Finally, it is my pleasure to share with you the plans of the class of 2001 as they leave high school. 45% of the class plan to enter a four-year degree program. 13% of the class plan to enter a two-year degree program. 5% of the class plan to enter programs of less than 2 years. 1% of the class plan to enter the armed forces. And 36% of the class will enter jobs upon graduation. How about a round of applause for our seniors? The class of 2001.
Leah Messner. Brian Rainier. Erin Grace Gonglock. Derek Ryan Ulrich. Jared Michael French. Eric Michael Sagner. Andrew Ryan Campadonico. J.J. Prouse. Sean Anderson. Richard Allen Reiner, Jr. William Chad Miller. Kevin Ryan Adkin. Evan Douglas Collins. Damon Wayne Kersher. Heather Marie Marguerite Michelli. Derek Thomas Lapp. Kirsten Joanne Heatwall. Christopher R. Haley. Matthew Grant Fisher. Rebecca Lynn Rohr. Jason Nathaniel Plum. Melanie Ann Kissinger. Anthony Jean Diener. Bobby Lee Moe. Joshua Aaron Murray. Anna Karen Anderson. Nicholas Andrew Young. Lonnie Elizabeth McVaugh. Justin Charles Schaefer. Jill Elizabeth Hoover. Jonathan David Miller. Amanda Lee Hawkinsmith. Stephen Benjamin Enterkin. Erica Lynn Fisher. Robert Mark Willenbrock. Amanda Susan Wilt. Joshua Todd Buckwalter. Scott Curtis Donkowitz. Adele Elaine Bittler. John Boozer. Cody Lee Groff. Leroy Dallas Martin. Stephanie Susan Hybrid. Alan Michael Olf. Corinne Elaine Wills. Matthew David Lancer. Christy Lynn Miller. Eric Andre Fry Bertu. Millicent Barbara Kurtz. Nathan Lee Bankert. Megan Lynn Hershey. Ernest Edward Vernon. Laura Jane Whitmer. Joseph E. Dunlap. Kelly Lynn Lichty. Joseph Brian Kenworthy. William Scott Howder II. Amber Janelle Weiler. Zach Duell. Jennifer Lynn Weimer. Kevin Thomas Weber. Dorothy Elizabeth Bryson. Timothy P. Rao. Shannon Nicole Henry. Breland Blake. Lindsay Marie Dukeman. Michael John Amanda Ann Brown. Eric Allen Skiles. Crystal Marie Bullock. William James Price, Jr. Nicole Alta Walton. Charles Fletcher. Jessica Lynn Simmeroff. Matthew David DePaul. Robert J. Sluter. James Maxwell Thomas. Jessica Lynn Kreiser. Stephen Joseph Frazier. Julie Nicole Schwartz. Chad Becker. Heather Ray Myers. Michael Joshua Kohler. Samantha A. Dowland. Ryan Fry. Erica Marie Kovaleski. Chad Gillenwater. Lisette Rebecca Sandoval. Nicholas Paul Buckwalter. Brandy Lynn Colburn. Barry John Slight. Noah Joshua Austin. Jeffrey Lynn Kaufman. Eric William Yelk. Rebecca Faith Lapp. Chester Millicent Jr. Laura Joy Blank. Sean Allen Denlinger. Kristen Lynn Bird. Jonathan Robert Krusel. Ashley Lynn Ford. J. Brandon Lichty. Teresa Eileen Dallinger. Shane Allen Root. Heather Elizabeth Waters. Joseph Robert Sipes. Kristen Powers. Jason Lynn Stoltzfus. Michelle Ann Heller. Terry Lee Weidman Jr. Catherine Grace Zhang.
2001, I accept these diplomas.